Daddy? Daddy. Daddy. Well, son, since you haven't learned to respect your elders, it's time you learn to respect your betters. If you wouldn't mind, Father.
Go ahead, I give you leave. You're going with me. I hope you can use that hog leg better than you can fight.
Does that suit you, Daddy?
You can call me Father, you can call me Jacob, you can call me Jake, you can call me a dirty son of a bitch. But if you ever call me Daddy again, I'll finish this fight.
John Wayne was one of the most influential actors of his time, and to this day is still well known for many of his achievements. He was born on May 26, 1907 in Winterset, Iowa. His birth name was Marion Robert Morrison, but was later changed to Marion Mitchell Morrison, and other sources say Marion Michael Morrison due to his brother being born and them naming him Robert Morrison. He was born to Clyde and Mary Morrison, and when he was 7 years old, they moved to west to Lancaster, California, which this is where he acquired the nickname Duke. When Clyde's father died, they settled down in Glendale, California. That is where he went to high school from 1921 to 1925 at Glendale High School, where he was also very active in sports and academics. He won the Bronze Honor Pin for academics. He was also the sports writer for The Explosion, which was the school newspaper. He was junior class president and senior class president for student government, and was the chairman of his senior class and reception committee. And he also participated in football, where he landed later on a scholarship at USC. He attended USC in the fall of 1925 and was coached under Howard Jones. He joined the Sigma Chi fraternity and studied pre-law. His career in football was cut short a year later when he was in a body surfing accident that severely hurt him, and he was cut from his scholarship, according to John Wayne, the John Wayne official website. Next, we're going to talk about the Duke's family and home life. John Wayne had 3 wives and 7 children, according to the biography website. Wife number 1 was Josephine Alicia Sandys, which they had 4 children together. Their 4 children were Michael, Patrick, Tony, and Melinda Wayne. Wife number 2 was Esperanza Bauer. They did not remain married very long, and they had no children together. Wife number 3 was Pillar Wayne, which was the wife that remained with him till death. And they had 3 children together, which were Asa, Ethan, and Marissa Wayne. In his leisure time, he brought out his famous yacht called the Wild Goose and hosted get-togethers. It was a naval minesweeper that was launched by the U.S. Navy on December 19th, 1942. They went deep-sea fishing, swimming, water skiing, and played card games. He traveled to numerous places, like Mexico to Alaska, and also enjoyed the Sequim Bay area in Port Angeles, Washington. They also later on gave a gift to that port and renamed the port John Wayne Marina in 1985. He also was accompanied by fellow friends and actors like Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr. Finally, we're going to tell the story of how John Wayne became John Wayne. After he sustained his injury and lost his scholarship to USC, he attained a job. From John Ford as a crop boy. Raoul Walsh cast him in his first starring role in The Big Trail, and this is where John Wayne got his name. Although he didn't make it big in The Big Trail, John Ford came to his rescue and John Wayne made his big break in Stagecoach in 1939. This film received 7 Academy Award nominations. He also produced his first film, which was called Angel and the Bad Man, in 1947. In 1949, John took on a war drama called Sands of Iwo Jima and received his first nomination for Best Actor in the Academy Awards. He acted in many films with many memorable people. He appeared in more than 175, and with 140 of them, he was casted in the leading role. He acted with Jimmy Stewart, Dean Martin, Ricky Nelson, Henry Fonda, Shirley Temple, and Maureen O'Hara. John Wayne appeared in 5 on-screen films with his best friend, Maureen O'Hara. He often described her as one of the guys and how he loved that guy. His most memorable film with O'Hara was The Quiet Man, where he gave his most convincing leading romantic role, according to critics of that time. He also appeared on shows like I Love Lucy and The Dean Martin Show. He included his children acting in some of his films, such as Rio Grande, The Quiet Man, The Conqueror, The Searchers, The Alamo, Donovan's Reef, McClintock, and Big Jake. He won 25 awards and got 16 nominations. His most famous award and first Academy Award was for Best Actor in the film True Grit in 1969. He was diagnosed with lung cancer in 1964 and lost one of his lungs. After this, he promoted early checkups and did numerous public announcements for American Cancer Society. In 1978, he was then diagnosed with stomach cancer. And in 2 years before that, which he did not know about at that time, he appeared in his last film called The Shootist. This is where he portrayed an old man dying of cancer and just wants to be left alone until he gets involved in one of his last gunfights. He died on June 11, 1979 at the age of 72 in Los Angeles, California. It was told by Michael Caine, who acted in movies like Secondhand Lions and Miss Congeniality, that his last days were spent in a cowboy hat, boots, and a hospital robe. His family used his name to start foundations and find a cure for cancer, called the John Wayne Cancer Foundation, Team Duke, and John Wayne Cancer Institute. But he was not yet done receiving awards. Approved by Congress on John Wayne's 72nd birthday, the Congressional Gold Medal with John Wayne-American was inscribed on it and was presented to his family in March of 1980. In June 1979, shortly after his death, Orange County Airport was renamed John Wayne Airport in his honor. They built a statue to commemorate John Wayne's commemorate John Wayne, designed by artist Robert Summers. It was made of bronze and presents a Western hat, bib shirt, famous Steve brand buckle, and right hip holster. It portrays John Wayne's signature walk and is shown to visitors for them to remember one of the greatest actors of all time of the 20th century.